world full of different ideas, including our own, we may find it a challenge to know how to best articulate and share our ideas in a way that reflects respect and civility. In this brief video, we'll review the definition of civility, understand how to uphold civility in public discourse, and reflect on how listening contributes positively to the maintenance of civility in our culture. If I were to reveal this statement and ask you, do you agree or disagree? How would you answer? Understanding that I have an unalienable right to freedom of speech means I have the ability to say what it is I want to say when I want to say it. Means I disagree with this statement. But believing that with my right to free speech comes with it a responsibility to utilize it carefully and respectfully would reveal my agreement with the statement. Truly, whether you agree or disagree, as a dialogical, informed, and responsible speaker, it is our responsibility, it is mine and it is yours, to uphold public civil discourse. I like to think about it like this. Someone has to pick up the litter you see on the sidewalk, right? First of all, we wish there wasn't litter on the sidewalk, but perhaps it's been there a while. Who's responsible for picking it up? If I don't pick it up, then I'm relying on someone else to do it. But what if someone else doesn't do it? What if instead it sits there and it collects more garbage? If I'm going to use my voice in a productive way, I first need to accept responsibility. I should be the one who picks up the litter. So if I leave the sidewalk better than I found it, I show those around me that it's important to me. That's all I can do. I can do the same with my voice. If I can learn to use it with civility, I can show others that it's important to me. I can lead by example, and ultimately, because I'm near midlife, I think, I'll leave the world a little better than I found it. The question then is, what is civility? According to John Boris in his text, Civility in Public Discourse, the definition of civility is threefold. It is a genuine respect for the dignity and self-worth of others. It is a tolerance of points of view that are not my own. And it is a responsible use of words and language. When we understand that each of us is human, we each breathe the same air and feel the same feelings, we can respect that each of us is human. We are equal because we are human. This is the forefront of knowing how to speak to others. So I don't like olives. Appalling, right? Could we still be friends? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe our differences are so great that we wouldn't hang out together. But me not liking olives doesn't mean I'm a bad person. In fact, it might be a good thing that I don't like olives and you like them. It gives us something to talk about, and it gives us the opportunity to find, perhaps, a pizza that we can both eat. The same can be true about my values, attitudes, and beliefs. Perhaps we don't agree on the same politics or the same sports team, but we can agree without being disagreeable. Within civil discourse, you understand that my points of view are different. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but you should understand and tolerate that they are different. The last component of the definition relates to a responsible use of words and language. We'll discuss language in another video, but should understand that language has meaning that transcends the object for which it identifies. And language evokes feeling, experience, and beliefs. As a dialogical speaker, we understand this and seek to find common ground with our word choices as we speak to our audience. Now that we've established the definition of civility, we need to evaluate how we put this definition into practice. There are 4 steps to maintaining civility as outlined in Dr. Boris's text. The first being that we separate the person from the problem. Then enters the olive hater. If I'm going to be tolerant and I'm going to accept that we are human, I have to understand that my opinions, my likes and dislikes, are just that. My opinions and my attitudes. I am Miss Lambert, I have a family, a couple of pets. I enjoy the outdoors and reading. You may or may not enjoy those things. The second step in maintaining civility is in showing respect. I found it difficult to find a definition for how one might show respect because it seems so innate. I might ask my mom, but she's not here, so I reached out to the second best expert. Alexa, how do you show someone respect?
Here's something I found from WikiHow. To show respect, try to be sincere and a good listener when you talk to people, since it shows that you care about what they're saying. Also, compliment people when they do something impressive so they know their hard work didn't go unnoticed. If someone helps you out, send them a thank you note and offer to return the favor. Just make sure you follow through on your promise, or you could come across as disrespectful.
There you have it. Be kind, be considerate, and be thankful. The third step is in speaking as though you'd like to be spoken to. Very similar to the golden rule. I try to teach this to my children and have been quite unsuccessful, actually. The error in their understanding is that they believe they should treat the other person like that person wants to be treated. So if my son hits my daughter will hit him back. When I tell her, treat him like you want to be treated, she responds, I am treating him like he wants to be treated. He hit me, which means he wants to be hit. I can see this error in the communication that takes place around us as well. The error comes in assuming that because a person has utilized bad communication, we are also motivated to do the same. If we are to maintain civility in discourse, remembering that bad communication drives out good communication, we take the upper hand. We speak to those to mirror the communication we want to receive. The final step in maintaining civility is in agreeing to listen. I don't have to agree, but I do have to listen. Listening can be a valuable aspect of becoming a civil speaker and the final aspect of my presentation. A great quote to insert here would be one by Bryant McGill, a well-known think tank, who said, one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. He's also quoted as saying, people don't want to fight, they just want to be heard. Listening can be a challenge, perhaps because it's a lot of work. We understand that hearing and listening are two different things. To listen means we attend to the speaker, we avoid distractions and prejudice, and we strive to have a listening goal. Here are a few good tips for listening. Avoid distractions. Encourage a dialogue. Provide feedback, verbally and non-verbally. Listen with your eyes. Avoid jumping to conclusions. Be a selfish listener. Listen for major ideas. Identify your listening goal as the speaker begins to speak, and practice listening. Make a concerted effort. Before we're allowed to drive a car, we have to learn how to do it. The same is true in speaking. Before we assume the task of sharing our voice, we have an ethical responsibility to learn how to do it. Being a civil speaker is as easy as speaking ethically, listening responsibly, and standing up for what you believe to be right, just, and good. Pick up the litter as you walk down the sidewalk and accept responsibility for the power of your voice. If I use my voice for good, if I'm tolerant, if I'm honest, if I have a clear, responsible goal, I've accepted responsibility and practiced civility, I acknowledge that because I have the right, I will exercise it with respect.